Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you joining us for our webinar titled Is Your BIM Team Too Busy to Improve? I'm Snigdha, your host for today, as we delve into the intricate world of transforming point cloud data into actionable building information models. We are poised to explore a landscape enriched with innovation, collaboration, and efficiency. It is my privilege to introduce to you all Saurabh Kulkarni, Manager of BIM Services at Encircle Tech. With over a decade of experience and an impressive track record of managing 500 plus projects, Saurabh is recognized as a thought leader in leveraging advanced digital technologies to create project information models. We are honored to have you with us today, Saurabh.
Thank you, Snigdha.
Joining Saurabh on our esteemed panel today is Vrushali, a seasoned professional with a decade of expertise in BIM services. With a passion for efficiency and collaboration, Vrushali has contributed to landmark projects, leveraging BIM to its fullest potential. Her leadership and dedication continue to shape the industry's future. Welcome, Vrushali, a true trailblazer in BIM innovation.
Thank you for the kind words, Snigdha.
As we know, BIM industry is a vibrant and rapidly evolving sector, crucial for the advancement of the global construction market. According to recent reports, the global BIM services market was valued at around 7.9 billion US dollars in 2023, with projections indicating robust growth in the coming years. In fact, some estimates suggest that the market could reach 8.72 billion US dollars by 2024. This trajectory highlights the critical role BIM plays in modern construction and architectural design.
That's right, Snigdha. And it's not just about the market size. The diversity of services within a BIM is equally impressive. From detailed design and documentation to scan to BIM and BIM coordination, the range is vast. Scan to BIM, for example, has revolutionized how we approach existing structures, allowing for precise digital representation that serve as a foundation for further design and construction work. If I have to talk about the future outlook for the market, as per the report from agency Markets, it's really looking promising for the BIM services. With a projected compound annual growth rate of 12% to 14% in the next few years. By 2028, industry experts anticipate the market to reach a staggering 15 billion to 16.72 billion USD, highlighting the increasing importance of BIM in construction projects worldwide.
Thank you for this insights, Vrushali. With growing government initiatives for the adoption of BIM, these figures certainly confirm how critical of a role is BIM services going to play in the coming years. Could you also walk us through some of the exciting advancements that are happening in this field?
So let me take this up, Snigdha. So in terms
Sure,
of
sir.
design, in terms of design, we are witnessing significant innovation driven by technology, from generative design and parametric design to data-driven design. Nowadays, architects and engineers have powerful tools at their disposals to optimize the building performance and the user experience. However, one of the most appreciated and adopted development is scan to BIM, which is revolutionizing how we capture and model the existing structures. If you see nowadays, even mobile phones have the scanners inbuilt in them, but they have certain limitations of their own. For large size area or large size building, it is we need to involve utilizing the reality capture techniques such as drones and lidar scanners to gather the data of the existing buildings. This data is then processed to create accurate BIM models, which are invaluable for innovation projects, historical preservation, and facility management. So essentially, Scan to BIM provides a digital twin of a real-world structure, enabling more informed decision-making throughout the project lifecycle. Let me take you through the workflow of this for better understanding.
That sounds good, Saurabh. But before we move ahead, I would just like to mention it to our attendees or our lovely audience today that if you have any queries while we walk through the whole session, please feel free to put it in the chat box, and we would like to take that up during our Q&A session. So please feel free to hit your questions in the chat box. Yes, Saurabh, you can move ahead.
Yeah. So as we are seeing in this slide, this Scan to BIM process comprises of an array of sub-processes from scanning, which is prerequisite for the modeling phase, followed by the different processes till the submission of the final BIM model. We understand each process as we move ahead in today's session to keep it easy for our audience.
Sure, Saurabh. Myself and our audience are all ears. I request you and Rushali to please take us through this interesting service.
Yes, so as you might have understood by now, scan to BIM represent a significant change in terms of how we collect and reconcile the data of the old and existing structures. But having said that, I'm sure you would be keen to know what are the general challenges associated with the existing buildings. We generally face issues of not having any digital copy updates made in the building throughout the years. So scan to BIM focuses on resolving these type of issues. Not only does it provide unparalleled accuracy in documentation and visualization, which is crucial for planning and design to avoid costly errors, but it also fosters a collaboration by providing detailed 3D models. It ensures everyone is on the same page. In addition, with the precise initial data, it also saves time and cost by avoiding frequent site visits and revisions. It also enhances site safety and facilitates sustainable renovations. Its impact is indeed profound.
So you're saying, Rushali, the conventional scan to BIM workflow itself aids firms in so many ways?
I mean, yes, Nigda, but by harnessing automation tools and workflows, we can ensure more efficiency, right? And also the cost effectiveness throughout the project lifecycle. From automated modeling to clash detection, and Circle's comprehensive suite of services is powered by innovation and obviously the expertise. We are ultimately delivering the results to our end customers.
Now that I've said that, Saurabh, I'm definitely keen to know what exactly happens in scan to BIM process, and is inducing automation really needed? Because we have already seen a lot of our audiences already using BIM from so many years. So I'm sure, just like me, even they would be interested in knowing this. So since it's already bringing in so many benefits to the table in the conventional way itself.
I'm happy you raised this point, Snigdha. It's true that a large clan in AEC sector is still following the traditional scan to BIM process, which depends on human capabilities largely, bringing in lot of scope for errors. Let me take you through the steps one by one and see how automation has helped different stages gain more benefits. Beginning with the scanning stage, when it comes to scanners, there are several types of scanners. Terrestrial laser scanners are widely used for their accuracy but require multiple positions for complete coverage. Mobile mapping systems, which combine cameras and LiDAR, offers flexibility but may have accuracy limitations. Metrology scanners excels in precise measurements, crucial for quality control. Aerial scanners are used for large-scale projects but are costly and complex. Now you must be wondering that what happens to the scanned data.
That's right, Ruchali, and thanks for anticipating that.
So, post scanning involves aligning and merging scans using software like Recap. We convert these scans into a format compatible with Revit for further modeling. To further share this scan to BIM data with your team, you can use cloud-based platforms, which are like online hubs where everyone on the team can access, view, and work on the project data in real time. Think of them as virtual meeting rooms where we can all gather and collaborate, no matter where we are. Next up is file sharing, which is about making sure everyone has access to the files they need, like point cloud data and models. We can use services like Dropbox, Google Drive, or Microsoft OneDrive to share these files securely and easily. So, having said that, let me give you the first glimpse of our newly developed platform and BIM that's going to take care of this task efficiently, helping BIM teams to easily transfer and view the data while sharing. Further to it, point cloud can be inserted into a project just like any other reference data. However, there are many challenges involved in the importing point cloud data in the Revit. It involves performance issues for large files. Point cloud files format may not be compatible with Revit and lack of familiarity with point cloud tools and settings in Revit. Addressing these challenges proactively can help streamline the process of loading point cloud files in Revit and enhance your overall modeling experience. But as we all know, currently importing point cloud data into Revit is not as easy as few clicks. It is a three-stage process full of complexities to get these point cloud files into the Revit. To tackle this problem, we have developed a plugin named Point Cloud Importer that redefines the way of point cloud handling, specifically crafted to provide architects, engineers, and designers with end-to-end solution directly integrated within the Revit interface. Let me show you a demo of this automation and what benefit it brings to BIM fraternity. With a point cloud importer, we have eliminated the time-consuming multi-step importing process between different softwares. We can see in the video, we have selected a file and it got loaded in Revit. And not only this, but we can see we can load it with the required coordinates too. The plugin supports a wide range of input point cloud file formats like E57, LAS, LAZ, TXT, PTS, XYZ, and PLY, making it versatile and compatible with various sources. With this tool, we can save roughly 10% of our time. So now that you have the point cloud data in Revit, the process of modeling takes over.
Yes, and the Revit modeling describes the geometry of the model elements and captures the design intent and logical relationship between the elements. It employs sketching and drafting functionalities to create walls, doors, windows, and other architecture elements. Also, elements which are related to other traits like MEPF and structure as well. For scan to BIM models, we need to pay attention to the exact dimension and alignments for the precision. Also, we need to ensure the flexibility and adaptability of components to accurately present the scan data.
Right. As I can already see questions pouring in the chat box, I would once again like to mention this to our audience. Since we are covering a lot of topics and a lot of automation and a lot of process oriented details in this whole session, I'm sure there will be too much information to grab. So I would request, as and when you feel that you have any question, feel free to put it in the chat box and we will try to answer it to you in the Q&A session as much as possible. Moving ahead, so Saurabh, like you already mentioned about it, one of the most trending technologies that I hear everyone is talking about these days is AI. So I'm curious to know, have we also introduced some AI technology in this scan to beam process as well?
I would say not AI exactly, but something similar of that sort. What we have done is we have integrated ML into the process, and it was certainly, a good idea and the decision that we have made. It certainly improved our efficiency and quality of the BIM models because the ability to automate tedious tasks and rely on machine learning for its accuracy checks. It's been a game changer for us. Let's see, how we are dealing with that.
Sure.
So now in the video, if you see, we are just clicking the plugin tab and we are selecting the point cloud data, which we need to create a 3D model out of it, right? So we can always choose the units that we have, like, metric or imperial. And like you are seeing on the screen, the automated 3D model architecture elements have been already generated through one click only, without any manual interface. And that is the plugin that we have developed.
Great, Saurabh. I'm sure it must be proving to be a great help, the way you have explained, in overcoming the tedious, redundant tasks of the MIM teams. But we all know how critical quality check is when it comes to infrastructure, be it individual or commercial. So I would like to know, do we also have a magic wand for this?
I'm afraid we do have. We understand quality control is crucial to ensure products or services meet specified standards and customer expectations. QC in scan-to-BIM projects involves checking for completeness, ensuring that all relevant elements and details from the scan data are properly incorporated in the BIM model. It also includes verifying the consistency of the model with the project specifications and standards. Regular checks during the scan to BIM process help identify and rectify discrepancies early on, contributing to overall success of the BIM implementation in construction and facility management. That brings us to another impactful tool we have developed to you with the QC processes. Deviation Inspector. It has significantly streamlined our quality control process. Before we depended heavily on manually reviews, which were time consuming and error prone. Now, with This tool, we can quickly identify and correct discrepancies in our models. It's not just time saver, it's also added a layer of precision that was previously unattainable. We can see in the video, as we select the tool, it gives us an option to select the tolerance limit with color codes. Once we hit the apply button, it starts. Now, as we can see in the tool, we are applying the analysis and it starts its analysis. We can get the detailed analysis, and now as we can see, the color codes, right hand window shows the top view and the left hand window shows the side view. With this, we can clearly see how the elements are aligning with the point clouds. Regular updates and validation of QC point help maintain precision, minimize errors, and enhance the overall reliability of the scan to BIM conversion, especially when dealing with dynamic construction environments or changes in project requirements.
That's some real technological aid indeed, Vrushali. Speaking of advancements, when it comes to the critical task of quantity extraction, how has the shift from traditional manual methods to more modern automated processes have influenced efficiency and accuracy in your projects? Do we have any tool that accelerates this process as well?
Yes, transitioning to automated processes for quantity extraction has been another major improvement. Manually, it was slow and labor intensive process. Now we can rapidly and accurately extract material quantities, which enhances our cost management and project planning. It's faster, more accurate, and allows us to handle multiple projects simultaneously. BIM quantity extraction relies on information embedded in the 3D model. This model based approach allows for dynamic and interconnected data that goes beyond traditional 2D drawings. We developed in house automation to obtain capabilities such as scheduling and report generation, allowing users to organize, evaluate, and extract data from the models. This information may contain material amounts, areas, volumes, and other details. As BIM quantity extraction is crucial for accurate cost estimation, by associating cost data with model components, you can obtain real time cost calculation based on project's evolving design.
Sounds really helpful indeed, I must say. But what I remember seeing on the slide, on some one of the previous slide, was creating 2D plans post this stage. How does that work?
That's right. Sheetwork provides information like annotations, dimensions, schedules, and many other for the elements that a person have modeled as a 3D. This gives an idea to engineers, foremen about the elements without opening the actual model. The sheet work is important part of the process as this reflects the 3D work which is being done. When it comes to final submissions, we need to transfer the model's sheet work which is being created from scanned data to the end customer. For this, we have platform which is already underway development, which you have seen few slides back, named NBIM, where you can transfer, share the data easily, and you will have added features too. It will allow us to not only access and document the projects more easily, but also to view them and quickly review it. It does provide data security. Access can be provided to each member based on the role.
This definitely tells me that including automation to technological boom, like Scan to BIM already is, can largely boost efficiency, helping achieve better outputs. But like they say, every coin has two sides. So I'm keen to know, did you also face any challenges or hurdles while integrating these on executing these Scan to BIM technologies in your projects or these kind of automations?
Yes, Nigda, I mean, the challenges, as we know, the challenges are as evolving as the technology itself. First, the cost can be significant, especially for the smaller firms. High quality scanners, whatever we are discussing, and the software related to that are, substantial investment. Secondly, there is a steep learning curve. Training staff to, proficiently use all of this technology requires time and resources. But the data management can be very overwhelming. We are dealing with the massive amount of data which necessitates robust storage and processing capabilities. And obviously, the integration with the existing systems can be tricky as well, because ensuring that the new scan to be process seamlessly fit into the current workflow can often be a hurdle.
Definitely, as expected, nothing can go smooth when you're developing or innovating something. So I'm sure these sound to be some significant challenges. But how do you see the future of scan to BIM evolving, particularly in overcoming these kind of challenges?
I mean, yeah, looking ahead, we can see continuous innovation, right? For cost, the smaller companies or the emerging companies are already developing more affordable scanning solutions. In terms of training, we are seeing more user-friendly software, and better educational resources for data management. Advancement in cloud computing, are making it more manageable for, all the companies, and integration as well. So there is trend towards more open and compatible system, allowing easier integration with the existing workflow that we have.
I must definitely say, Saurabh, that's an optimistic outlook. Uh, but considering the environmental impact, how does scan to BIM contribute to sustainable building project? Because sustainability is something that everyone is looking up to right now. That's like the need of the hour.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, Scan2Beam, has a significant role in promoting sustainability. Because firstly, by ensuring accurate measurements, we are reducing the rework and, we are minimizing the waste. Secondly, it aids in retrofitting old buildings, which are more sustainable than demolishing and rebuilding it. Third, the precision it offers helps in optimizing material use and the energy efficiency in new construction. Essentially, it supports the entire project life cycle, in a more environmental friendly manner.
That's indeed a crucial contribution, definitely. Can you also tell us about how Scan2BIM is being integrated with other emerging technologies like AI and IoT? Because I'm sure we have heard that how we are integrating technologies into Scan2BIM, but I would like to know the other way around. How is it working for you guys?
Yes, absolutely, Sridhar. The integration with AI is particularly exciting. AI algorithm can analyze scanned data to predict structural issues, automate model generation, and even suggest design optimizations. As for IoT, when combined with Scan2BIM, it can provide real-time data on buildings, enhancing maintenance and operational efficiency. This synergy has paved the way for smarter, more responsive building designs.
I'm sure it must be. It's clear that Scan2BIM is not just a standalone innovation, but a part of a larger technological ecosystem. And I'm sure our audience who are a part of this session would definitely agree with me on this. To wrap up, Saurabh, could you also share your thoughts on how do you think Scan2BIM is influencing the future of architectural design and construction? What are your thoughts on automation taking over the world with Storm? Because both of these are like boom
Yeah.
technologically.
Yeah. So, I mean, let me share some interesting information and facts with you and our audience, Snigdha.
All
So,
yours, Saurabh. Go
yeah.
ahead, please.
So a report by McKinsey and Company highlighted that the firm using BIM and the automation technologies experiencing a 20 to 25 reduction in their project schedules, and that is resulting in their faster project delivery and obviously the increased competitiveness. A case study by Trimble demonstrated that using automated clash detection tools reduced the time spent on clash resolution by 50%, leading to a significant time and cost saving during construction. According to a survey by Autodesk, firms using BIM reported a 75% reduction in errors and omissions during construction due to improved quality control processes facilitated by the automation tool. A study by Dodge Data and Analytics found that the firms using a BIM reported a 66% improvement in their ability to deliver projects on schedule and a 45% reduction in rework cost, attributed in a part to automated modeling processes.
That's some good insights and some good data to bound by, I'm sure, Saurabh, because these data definitely tells me that scan to BIM and automation is something to look up to. And both of these are something which cannot be ignored if you are a part of the EC industry. So thank you. I would like to say thank you, Saurav and Brushali, for your invaluable contributions to this insightful session. And I'm sure our audience too found it interesting. Now, without any further ado, let's jump on to our most awaited slot of the session, Q&A, and see what our audience have in store to ask because I can already see few questions in the chat box. I'm sure we have covered a lot of ground today, and your insights and queries are invaluable. As we navigate through this world of scan to BIM and automation, I would once again like to mention to our audience, if you have any more queries than what I can already see in the chat box, feel free to go ahead and punch in your questions. Or if you want to connect with us for a one-to-one discussion, which is very business oriented for you, we please feel free to write to us at info@encircletech.com. So I will start picking up the questions for you guys and just see whoever wants to take up the response to it. So the first question that we have is from Jose, who is asking, why is scan quality important?
I would like to take this, Snigdha.
Sure, Rushali.
Yeah, a lot of modeling applications require you to work at high level of detail. If you're modeling a floor plan or are doing virtual inspection even, then it's likely you'll need to see a lot of fine details to produce a good quality deliverable. We can only achieve these results if we have a good quality scans. That is why the scan quality is really important.
So I hope, Jose, you got your response. So yes, the scan quality is very crucial in getting the whole workflow give you a good outcome. Coming to our next question, I see a question popping up from Richard, who is asking why recap 3D point is important in scan to BIM.
So, Snita, if I may,
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead, Saurabh.
so yeah, I mean, as Rushali mentioned, the quality of the scan is really important. So associated to that only, this 3D imagery that we have, or the imagery that we have with the point cloud data is also important to have, to achieve more level of detail or more level of development in our BIM model. Because there we can see each element what it is, and we can easily identify them and have the properties in our model similarly. So yes, the recap 3D point, not just recap, any viewer that is associated with the point cloud data is as important as the scan quality as.
Okay. I hope, Richard, that answers your query. Moving on to the next question that we have is from Jed. So he's asking, is ML only being used for QA or for object recognition and reconstruction?
So yes, I mean, we are using the ML to, determine the objects as well, different objects as well. And that's how we are, creating the 3D output apart from, I mean, from that. So yes, we are using the ML to recognize different.
Okay. Now we have another question from Robert, who is asking, do Encircle provide customized plugins as per client needs? Saurabh, Vushali, I'm sure you would like to respond to this.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if Richally, I mean, so yeah, we have, almost, I think, showcased 3 to 4, the developments that we have done already, which can be, utilized for all the companies. But yes, we do make, the customized plugin for, customers who have a specific need. Yes, Encircle definitely provides the customized plugin as per the needs.
So that definitely want me to say that for all the other audience also who we have today who are attending this session, in case you have some specific needs which calls for a customized plugin, please feel free to reach out to us, because we do not just develop, but we can also customize specific plugins which are very your business oriented and not something in generic. That's all the questions that I can see in the chat box as of now. But like I said, this doesn't end here. Scan2BIM is a huge topic in itself, and with automation induced, it is definitely something that um, to look forward. So yeah, uh, another question that I have from my end, Saurav and Rushali, please see whoever wants to take this up. We have spoken about a lot of Revit modeling and all. I would like to know what is the accuracy, because obviously with infrastructure in mind, accuracy plays a very vital role. So what is the accuracy of Revit modeling if reference data is scan data?
I would say it is similar to level of detail or development. We can call it as a scale that is used to determine how precise the model should be to the point cloud.
Thanks, Brushali. That definitely clears my doubt, I'm sure. Um As we conclude our webinar for this evening, I would like to thank my lovely audience today for joining this session. So, since I do not see any more questions in the chat box, we would like to conclude today's session. And yeah, looking forward to more such insightful sessions. We would love to hear from you and connect with you one to one to understand your business needs and how we can help you by collaborating. So, you have any further queries or want to discuss your business specific solutions with us? Please drop us a mail at info@encircletech.com, which I have already mentioned before, and our team will certainly reach out to you. Last but definitely not the least, I extend my gratitude to our esteemed panelists. Thanks a lot, Rushali and Saurabh, and our lovely audience for their active participation. Let us continue to embrace innovation and drive positive change in the construction industry. With this, I would like to wrap up today's session. A very goodbye and stay innovative. Thank you, everyone.